spot, but if you've got a speech prepared, now would be the time. Well, I think your actions and the testimony of your coworkers speaks volumes, so congratulations. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, need to approve the minutes from last month.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from last month.
I accept.
All in favor? All right, now we're at the school calendar. Need to review and vote on the school calendar for the coming year. Does everybody have a copy of that?
The one that was selected. Yes, we gathered feedback before we built the calendars, and then we sent it out to a vote, and you'll see Kaylee printed off the responses behind it. And 69.4% voted for option one, which was to have we had, because of election year, we had one day that we were trying to work with, and so we trying to get teachers, if we don't use the weather days, trying to get them out before Memorial Day was really tricky this year. Easter is late, and so we ended up, they voted to have an additional PD day on August 5th when they're traditionally in their classrooms anyway. So that is the calendar that they voted on.
So this is one that they want to approve?
I make a motion we accept the calendar that they chose. A second.
All in favor? All right, the financial update, and David, also for your, we'll roll right out of the financial update, and then we'll discuss the adoption of the millage for our tax year of 2024 and fiscal year 2025.
E1 is a series that has the just financial, the revenues and expenses. First page is obviously what y'all are used to seeing, general fund. Highlighted in yellow the main changes that we'll probably have in the budget, or departures from the budget. Property taxes will probably come in about $102,000 favorable above the budget. Interest income is probably going to come in about $47,000 above. For expenditures, unfortunately, we had one departure where we've been paying for one program out of one of the federal funds that really needs to be in general fund. Favorably, that fund is also part of the general fund. It's not Medicaid fund. So, I'm sorry, it's not part of it. It's IDEA. And that money that we're seeing an increase on is reimbursable through Medicaid. So it's kind of a shell game to some degree. So in the general fund, Fund 1 itself, we will have an increase on that line item. But it's largely going to be countered by the two revenues. So we should be okay.
Does Medicaid reimburse 100% or is it a percentage?
I get some squirrely percentage. It changes based on so many different factors. So I cannot even remotely give you an answer. Whenever we get the money is we run over something. So who knows? Again, sales tax, like Randy said, is up about $7,000 for the year. Lunch fund seems to be doing okay. Maintenance fund doing quite well, but of course that can change anytime depending on what breaks. Then we just get to E-2, and that's your balance sheet as of the end of the month. And just to recap about all that we have in the past several, well, it dates back to June 30, 2023, and you can see all the cash that we have from various banks and how it's locked up. And receivables highlighted in yellow up until what the first line is 20, 21, and 22 property taxes. That's in one court case. That's of roughly $966,000. Then the next line is 2 years, 23 and 24, and that's for about $1 million. So that's how much is locked up in the court case. So.
Is there an end to this court case at all?
No. Next page, E3. The first court case is set for April to set a court date. So, that doesn't mean that we're getting, I mean, the passage of time means that we're getting closer, but good for it. I mean, we've been dealing with this ever since I first came on board.
So what kind of court case is it?
It's one property tax payer that is disputing, I mean, I talked about it. You have a pipeline that's in the ground, that's over the overpass, and I don't remember the exact numbers, but say it was a 36-inch line, and that was what they were fully utilizing for several years. And for whatever reason, I think there was a pipeline built somewhere else, and the capacity went down quite a bit. So the dispute is whether he should be paying on the full cost of the line, which is kind of no different than having a 5-bedroom house and then your kids move out, you still got the house. So, I mean, just because you have less usage in your house, I mean, you're only using 1 bedroom, even if you shut off the other 4, you still own the house. So, that's the dispute. So, and previously, the same situation arose, and I don't remember the exact years, but it was 18, 17 for sure. The judge ruled 100% in our favor, and they can do this every year. So the taxes are in, he paid the taxes in protest, so that taxes are sitting in a bank account at the sheriff's office. So, and that's where the money is. So, I mean, he's paid it, he just does not want it to be released, and hopefully it'll get released back to him for the court case. Obviously, we are different.
So the sheriff's department can hold this money?
They're required to hold money.
Yeah.
They're obligated to hold non-interest bearing account, which was about $100,000 plus in interest. So, I'm sorry, 50,000 on the, so, yeah, 100,000, we've got $2 million outstanding. So, that's what that is. Okay, next item is item F, proposed tax rates. We're keeping them the same or increasing slightly on maintenance millage. We're increasing that one from 7.27 to 7.41. Whenever this millage was up for vote last year at this same time, the voters approved the higher rate, and so we're going to go ahead and go through that. Debt service millage is decreasing from 15.5 mils to 14.5 mils, and that millage is governed strictly by how much principal and interest we got to pay out. We cannot collect more than that. I mean we can, but not increasing it. So 15.53 is getting into the increasing that because we have a fairly healthy fund balance in that, around $500,000. So that $500,000 can pay for that last interest payment when we get to fiscal year 28. So we won't have to have another election to do for that 1/2 of the year, basically. So we got enough to float us as long as we keep on collecting our millage for the current year. So that's the proposal. So, and then there's a history on the recap, a history of our villages on page 3 or 4. You want to look at that, and again, we're coming in about $100,000 more this year than what was budgeted. And that's, we kept the same millage, but the property values increased. Anytime the property value increase, there's a potential tax there. So, I'll entertain any questions. And we will need to work on it.
Like, do we financial update and now discuss it voting?
Yeah, we're voting
Did you do
on
that?
tax rates.
You said that?
He told me to do both.
Okay, I missed
So
it.
we'll roll right into that.
Perfect, okay. Making sure.
So basically what we're doing, we're decreasing our debt service millage from 15.53 to 14.5, so we're decreasing that millage. And then the other one is remaining the same at 7.41 mils.
That's only one that went up, the others are already maxed at the highest rate.
So, any discussion on that at all? If not, we'll need a motion to approve and do a roll call.
I make a motion to approve it.
I'll second it.
Roll call, Rob?
All right. I'm gonna go by my paper, y'all. So, Mr. Rentz,
Yes.
Coach Barton,
I'm gonna abstain from this one.
okay. Ms. Ballard,
Yes.
Ms. Bass,
Yes.
and Ms. Fowler.
Yes.
All right. District leaders update.
Mr. Wells?
Oh, I have
You're
no
on the-
report, I'm just here.
Give that man a high five.
We're rolling every day, and we're fixing everything, and, you know, David says I'm doing good on my money, so we in good shape.
For the rest of y'all, we're on record time.
Yeah. Be careful what you say.
I was like, knock on wood.
It's not my money.
All right. Ms. Betsy?
Where everything's going smoothly, still have our, just got the same enrollment at both schools, we're getting ready to kick off, enrollment for the new year. And, we've been looking for, you know, catchy ways to do it, so, one of our coordinators found the idea of a signing day. So we're gonna kind of do like a sports theme thing, where it's their signing day, like they're entering the school system, you know, signing and make a big deal out of it. And, we're gonna really push to get all new 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds in the May in our registration, and then come back in July with those returning. So it's not a mix of them. We hope to get all the newer ones, and then when the returners come, it'll be a much quicker process, and you won't have those intermingled together. So we kick that off in May. They can start online registration April 2nd, the day we come back from the spring break. So
That is so cute.
we're excited. We can't wait to get set
The
apart.
yard signs, right, that we'll put out?
Yeah, we've got yard signs. It's got the QR code that takes them directly to the J Campus link where they can upload all their documents. So we got the principals how many they need at their school, so we're gonna put those out, put them here at the school board office, and then we've called a few places. We'll go around town, put some others out, and then we'll pick them up because when we had them printed, they can be used every year. It just says registration. It doesn't have dates on it. And that QR code will always be good to take them to J Campus or Parent Connect. So we'll go around, pick them up, and they should last us, you know, a few years anyway. They're real pretty. They're bright and colorful.
I told him I went to the Mardi Gras parade, and it was so cute. It was just amazing how you took the one group and set them down, and you got the other group standing up, and from the top you could see them just like this, moving
Just make it
forward.
bigger.
I mean, it was the cutest thing ever.
They're fun.
I don't have anything.
Another high five.
You trying to get to a ball game?
5 to 5 and 7 to 10.
Sorry, but I do have something.
Oh, man! I'm just kidding, really, I'm just kidding.
And she able to be here, but she busted it, yeah, because she's been at drill team tryouts.
Oh.
Yeah, but, do you have did you wanna?
It's restricted.
Oh, it's restricted. Okay, well, I encourage you all to go, to Grace Elementary's Facebook page. They posted all 3 schools, except for Columbia, theirs is being planned, they've all 3 had their math nights, and 2 have had their literacy nights, and Columbia's is upcoming. But Grayson posted a slideshow, and it's what they did with their families is they went through all the components of the literacy screener that we do, and they explained it and even have videos embedded in it. So it explains to the parents why we're doing what we're doing, what their kids are expected to do, and what they can do to help them at home. And so I pushed all the elementary schools, since our attendance wasn't that great because of all the things going on, for them to post the activities that they did that night on a Facebook page, and we'll probably at some point in time post it on our district page in one location. So parents have a one-stop shop of where they can go and help their kids with math fluency or literacy fluency. And I also had our graphic for summer school. It's on our
I
district
can pull
page.
that up.
it is on our district page. Summer school's gonna look different this year because, we're running out of money. We had summer camp, full-blown summer camp for 2 years because we had all the ESSER money we could. Now we're just down to, those kids who have to due to Bulletin 1566. And it's gonna be, just 2 weeks, we can get it all done. And it's gonna be housed at Columbia Elementary, 7:30 to 12:30. We will, serve breakfast and lunch, and there's still the same bus drop-offs, pickups, just like we've been doing every summer. And then the summer sports camps are gonna be sprinkled, throughout the summer. We're still gonna have those, it's just, we're just doing literacy, to bring it. That's it.
And this is just grades 3 and 4?
Yes, sir.
And it's those who,
Those who did not make on grade level at the end of the year, spring up, so that's those.
Or make basic,
yeah, they passed that the legislature, the 1566 that requires this. So we're only doing the summer remediation for the student that is required.
Right.
They require it, but they don't fund it.
So this is the last of the pot of ESSER 3 ED money that we're using to fund, paying teachers and parents.
Yeah, sorry, I'm moving on too, 'cause I haven't been here in a while. I don't know if you noticed, I hope you saw everything during, February. We had CTE month and we posted everything that our CTE teachers were doing. So hopefully y'all saw all that we posted on the Facebook page. They work hard. FFA week was a lot of fun. That was also during that month. Jeannie does a great job with that. Then we also had our career night. I don't know if you're gonna talk a little bit of that in yours.
No, go ahead. I meant to and I forgot.
I didn't know if you had the evaluation part.
I intended to print the evaluations for y'all, to tell y'all what the parents. Yeah, I'll send it to y'all. They were good, they were so good. The
Several of you
evaluations
came
were
that
good.
night, were there, you saw, you know, it was basically career night for 8th through 12th grade. A lot of businesses in Caldwell Parish, but we had a few that were, you know, outside. But the kids got to see what each business can offer, what pathways we have that match up with those businesses. We had a good turnout. The whole one side of the gym was full. I think we had 90 kids all together, and then parents on top of that. So it was a lot of people. I think and the evaluation from the parents, everything was good. So we're already thinking about what can we do, who can we add, what businesses can we add, you know, everything for next year to make it even better. But it went really well.
And you have 28 businesses and like.
Yeah, I think we had 28 tables.
And then
Because we
four.
had some schools. Well,
Yeah.
the 28 included
Included
the
the
schools.
schools,
Yeah,
okay.
28 included the schools. So we had 4 colleges, and then the rest were businesses. So 24 businesses. And we had everything from, you know, Big D's, entrepreneurship, home business, up to energy and, you know, green fuels and all of that. So everybody, and the kids even liked it. They said it went well. And our multimedia productions class, Ms. Stevens' class, they recorded the beginning of it where each business talked. And we sent that out to the kids who couldn't be there that night for sports. But then I also sent it to the career exploration classes, so they could show it again to the kids that couldn't be there. And then last week they sent me the video where they actually interviewed, those kids went around and interviewed all the businesses. And so I sent that out to our team and then those teachers again. So the kids that weren't there still got to see what was there and what's available. Our Educators Rising, or our pre-educator pathway students, they attended the state conference at ULM last week or the week before. But we had students that have competitions, and so we had 3 students that placed in competition. And then last week we found out, Dr. Amy Weems came to the school and presented, John Paul Shaw was selected as a Board of Regents Young Aspiring Educator Honor Roll recipient. So it's an award, like out of 150 kids, he was chosen for the honor roll. And so he'll actually get to go to the Old State Capitol at the beginning of May one night, and they have a big award ceremony and all of that. So that program is going really well. Hopefully we're growing our own teachers. that'll come back and teach for us. And then, we've been working really hard on Jumpstart Summers. We've talked to some of y'all about that before. We're looking at having some programs for the kids to come during the summer. One of them is, through the Haven, we're gonna have a CNA class. We can do 10 students, and so we're working with them to get that set up. We're looking at having possibly a logistics class where the students would get a logistics associate certification. So that would be like working with green fuels, working with graphic packaging, working with Amazon, when that building gets going in Monroe. So that's a certification, and Delta's gonna send the teacher to us as long as we have 10 kids. So hopefully that'll work. And then we're working on doing core certification for the kids who want to take welding and carpentry. They have to have that core, the safety and the math that they have to take those classes. And we have some students that are university that want to take it, but they can't fit that core into their schedule. So we're going to offer that to them over the summer so that they can get their core, so they can take that as an elective if they want to.
And I
We
don't
have
know-
several that want to do that.
And I don't know if she said this, but as part of that Jumpstart Summers grant, she will be able to get money to actually pay the kids like a summer job to come and do these certifications.
They'll get a stipend.
A stipend.
Like coming, and so like they kind of have a job. So, it's a good deal, and it all depends on whether or not the state funds us, but we're making the application. And then testing's coming up in April, and everybody's getting ready and getting set, and hopefully go well.
Maria?
Mine is just our end of the year screening test is gonna start April the 1st through the 30th. The state sets that date for us. It usually comes in May, so it's a little early this year. We're giving it online, computer-based, and so we did that in the middle of the year, so to prepare the students. We're actually progress monitoring using the same format. They're reading off of the screen, and we actually found that they did better. I guess because they have cell phones, iPads, and things, so we're looking for good results at the end of the year. Schools, they're working hard. Interventionists, teachers, admin, they're adjusting the accelerated time, interventions, actually push in based on the middle of the year data to get those gaps in. So we're seeing a lot of growth. We're excited.
Okay, we got ACT completed earlier this week at the high school. Junior high softball and baseball are wrapping up. Junior high track still has a few meets going on. All the high school spring sports are going full blast right now, and I've got to give kudos to Coach Wells, because when they're going 5 different directions and he's trying to run the bus routes in the afternoon, it's just nutty, and I'm glad that's him. And, but we've always had
You
a
said
bus.
he's nutty, or I was trying to thought, I was right, just kidding.
But kudos to him for keeping us out on the road where we need to go for all these different ball games, events, matches, competitions.
And the junior high had a home track meet on our new track this past Tuesday. Tammy Gutierrez headed that up, and everybody just pitched in. It was.
That's a lot of work.
It is a
lot
lot.
of work.
Yes. We worked in the concession stand, and they had, I mean, even Coach Johnny McKay was out there with his, you know.
Oh, was he?
He sure was. It was pretty amazing to watch all that.
I bet he loved coming back for it.
I think you did.
I forgot, our FFA, our welding team went to Delta.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
placed second and third, so they'll get to go to state, and then we had one that was a second place beginner. So the welding team did really well.
Yes.
They're going this Friday.
It's this Friday, yeah.
No, it's next Friday.
Next Friday, they go to state, the 22nd.
Wonderful.
Our kids did great at this regional social studies fair too, junior high and elementary and Union Central. We had, all of our kids did really well, we had a lot of place,
A lot moving on to state.
a lot moving on the state, so.
Maria's kid is one of those. So, yeah, so much to be proud of.
Yeah.
All right. Brian, you have anything?
Not really, just
Okay.
fixing things to come up, getting everything ready for testing, that's
That's the name of the game
that's the
right
main
now.
thing.
Good deal. All right.
Moving right along to our superintendent report.
All right, so number one, we need to look at the May board meeting date. because it is going to fall because of the second Thursday. It's gonna be Scholars Banquet, because graduation will be on May the 10th, so the Scholars Banquet will be on May the 9th. So we need to make a note to move that meeting if y'all wanna go ahead and do it now.
That whole week is.
Yeah, we don't wanna do it that week, guys.
That week is bad.
It's like banquet week.
Yes. So do anybody opposed to May the 2nd, the Thursday before that? Or we could go May the 16th for the week after. Oh, which one is the spring?
Spring concert.
Okay, let's do May, can we do May 16th so we can go to the spring concert?
So May 16th.
I think that might give David a little time too.
That's, yeah, as soon as I said May 2nd, I thought, okay, that's it. May 16th. Okay. All right, and then the only other thing that I have that, I don't think that was covered is, I put in your packet, and I texted this all to you today, and I have emailed it out, but, there has been a, Senate Bill 66 that was proposed to, mandate that all school systems operate on a 5-day school week. And, so I've put together, with the help of David and several others in the office, what that would actually look like for Caldwell Parish. We've been operating on a 4-day week for 16 years. And so it's basically just our way of life, and so for them to come in and mandate, our biggest objection here, and as a superintendent group, is local control. That the people who are locally elected are the ones who should be making decisions about our community, and not taking that control away from you. So we just kind of highlighted that, as well as the academic impact, and if you look at the letter that I have, that last chart on the back page shows that since the inception of the 4-day week in 2008, 2009, we have grown in 11 of the 13 years. And our average growth is a positive 2.08 over that time, even through the changing scales and new formulas. It is the way of life for our parish. Our parents and community bought into it. Think about dentist office, doctor's offices. They're very protective of Mondays for students and employees. Definitely improves recruitment and retention, especially when we're sandwiched between Washita Parish and Monroe City and Rapides Parish. Sometimes we can't pay what they are able to pay, and so that 4-day week offers an incentive, with a healthy balance of work and personal life. And then, of course, David and James ran the numbers on just the increase of running buses a 5th day after we've not done it for 16 years. And the electrical cost looks like it would be $130,000 per year added to our budget. And that's just the things we can think about right now. With a possible reduction, because if we lose NFP, because we lose kids, who, don't want 5 days, we lose employees, I mean, it's just, it's top of mind right now, so.
Money's one thing, but for the state government to get involved and take more control over our local school system is ridiculous. This should not happen. This administration's already said that they're more for local control in state government, in local government. So for them to even consider this is ridiculous. It just doesn't make any sense at all.
When is the vote, Nikki?
I have not heard, and that's why I wanted to get it out, get the message out to the legislators. With the help of our IT department, I had everybody's email address and started sending that out today.
Is this close to where you have to start getting everything ready for next year?
Absolutely, and we just adopted a calendar for the 4-day week, and as a matter of fact, I've got a survey out, but I think our latest number, because Claiborne Parish just adopted a 4-day week last week. I think we're up to about 15 districts who have moved to the 4-day week because, I just think especially since COVID, people are very aware of mental health and just a balanced life.
Well, hey, in the construction world, they're working 4 10-hour days.
Yeah.
People all over the place are doing it.
Absolutely, and it seems to be the
There's
trend.
state agencies that work 14 hour
Yeah.
days.
The highway department.
If you spend your time wisely, and you teach bell to bell, and you do all the things that you're supposed to do, you can get it done in that time. And I mean, I was a principal at Union Central when this went into effect, and so my big kids went for a little bit, but there are kids, if you think 16 years, they've never done anything different. This is the way that they live, and it just, it works for us. And so back to what Randy said, let the local communities make the decisions,
So
because
when will we also know about MFP? We're voting on that, or what's the latest on that? When we know whether it's gonna drop, or what did they say they were gonna do? Drop it? They were gonna vote on what we could get, or what was
That's in
it?
the Constitution.
They're-
and they were talking about the
they're
actual
talking-
meeting.
they're trying to get that, right?
Right.
It was
The
mentioned,
Constitutional Convention, they're actually supposed to be discussing MFP this year.
Whether they can go in and determine what our MFP money is.
Right, right. Right now, it's protected to some degree
To
by.
some degree, it can't decrease, but they're about to get it where they can decrease it.
People who are trying.
Very well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just-
So everybody needs to talk to their senators and legislators.
And we've spoken with ours, and ours seem to be very receptive, and everything I've heard back from people around us is the local control. But, you know, anybody, everybody, I just, you know, get the word out, because they need to hear that, it's our educators, it's our students. And we actually, talked to Ms. Springer today, and she has her civics class, they're gonna have their civics students actually get involved in this, because it's a great idea, you know, for, what they're learning. Parents, you know, anybody, we just encourage you to reach out. So,
can we post the email addresses that they can on our Caldwell School District page for the
I will
senators
ask
and
about
stuff
that.
that they
I-
can get in touch with?
I will ask, I mean, it's readily available. I mean, I had it within a few minutes, got the entire list sent to me, and so you can look up, you know, Senate, Louisiana emails,
And then you can get from
representatives, and
there.
they're
Okay,
there.
so you
So
know what
I don't know
that
if we can post it, I'll ask about that, but private citizens can post it.
I've already seen several parents.
We can
post
post
it.
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We need to post it, we need to send it.
That's right.
And
that's
not just ours, but other
Yeah.
local government, you know, the other legislators too.
Because it's coming from South Louisiana.
Yes. Let the local people decide what works for their, and anybody who comes and talks to us about a 4-day week, we have lots of districts come and visit us and then go back and present the information, and several of them have passed it. But what we've always said is your community has to buy into it. And our community bought into it. I mean, it's just become the way we do things here. And so, that's a huge testament to why it works for us. But then when I put that data together, the test scores, I thought, you know what, we have really done a good job with this. It works for us.
It's a lifestyle.
It is.
Lifestyle.
That's all I have.
I make a motion with adjourn. Game starts in 10 minutes. We just beat Mangum 6-5 in the last inning. Anytime you beat Mangum, it's good.
That's right, that's right. And I think our girls, are their girls still playing?
What's the score?
8-2. 8-2, top of the fourth.
You home?
And David Green got his pill.
I make a motion with adjourn.
I think we
Somebody
seconded.
second.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.